Well, good morning. No, it's a beautiful day here before a advertised week of rain, so today is going to be our day to get after it, get our outside work done, because I think we'll be inside for a few days, which is okay. Been working on our John Deere. Got some of it apart here. Got that's the water inlet off the top of the cylinder head, and there's what I guess you call a valve adjusting cover. The manifold assembly, that's the exhaust up, and of course your carburetor. The carburetor is set right solid. You can see there's quite a lot of stuff in there. When I popped the manifold loose, there was, water right in there. Our top, these are straps for the fuel tank and the webbing. The top of our covers, just the sheet metal, is actually in really good shape, so we're good there. Our fuel tank brackets here. Fuel tank's in pretty good shape. We got a few things we got to take a look at right there on the very bottom, but the rest of it is actually in pretty decent shape. Of course, it's fairly rusty on the inside, so it needs to be cleaned up. So I don't think that's too bad. The one thing that we haven't run across so far, the sediment bowl petcock assembly was not there. I think that probably got used on some other project. The fuel cap was in halfway decent shape, but the cap on the radiator is actually rotten right through. It's just basically rusted out. So now, coming apart, everything came apart, no issues whatsoever. All the bolts spun out of it. I have all the head bolts are all loose. They're cracked loose. What I do is I'll break them loose and I spray penetrating oil down the shaft of the bolt, and I just let it set for a while, and then I'll kind of come back on it later on and see if they turn. The one thing that I will say, the spark plugs, the porcelain was all that was holding them together. The actual spark plugs themselves were rusted right to nothing. So we'll have to get those out. But once we get the cylinder head off, we'll worry about that. So down here on the side, get a little light. And our valves, we've got, some rust. The one on the end looks like it's still got oil on it. So, I don't know, but there's a ton of stuff in the intake port, so not really too surprised. So I'm going to spray all that stuff up and let it sit. I use penetrating oil is kind of like engine oil. Everybody's got their own idea of what's really good and what they like, and I use the PB blaster, and I gotta tell you that for me that stuff just works phenomenal. So that's where I'm at. So what I'm going to do now, I'll set you guys up on the stand, and we'll pop this head off and see what it looks like underneath. So let me get you set up on the stand, and we'll be back. So get you guys set up. Looks like you got a pretty good view. We'll spin those bolts up. Shouldn't be any issue there. Like I say, they all loosened up pretty good. These have been sitting, well, they've been sitting overnight with oil. I'm not surprised. The two bolts here are apparently on the manifold. What's these here closest to the where we have stuff going into it. Gotten some moisture into them. So now we're just down to these. All right, that should be all of them. Thread this guy back down just a little bit. So, off. Let's see how tight it is on there. Focus. Real easy. So I don't see any reason any of these bolts should be any different in length. They don't seem to be all the same. Okay. All right, folks, here it goes. We'll see what we got. Oh. Well, the head doesn't actually look too awful bad. Except the spark plugs are. So that's kind of interesting. We've got quite a lot of schmuck on the tops of the valves. Let's see what we got here. Now this one still has standing water in it. That's kind of interesting. But that valve is open, so one pretty much up and one pretty much down. So, all right, I'm going to take and I'm going to clean this up, and then we'll get a closer look at what we've got. All right, folks. So here we go. What we've got. He's pitted up pretty good, but I don't think, I'm not really sure when that building collapsed, but I don't think it sat there for long periods of time. The valves, too great. We cleaned out there. I mean, I've seen worse, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. We'll just have to see. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to spray it up and go on about my business. And I'm not going to worry too much about it here for a little bit. I'm just going to spray it up, and every now and then, this is what I do anyways, every now and then, I'm in no hurry, so every now and then when I come by, I'll take a little block of wood, I'll give the cylinders a little bit of a pop, spray them again, give the valves a little bit of a pop, just to jar them a little bit, and keep spraying them up real good, get them good and wet with penetrant, and see if we can get things moving. Probably I will also too, I'll take our radiator off, and then I can get down and get on it with a bar, and we'll go about it that way. But got a little something going on here. Looks like some old, like maybe at one point in time, if you look right here, I'm wondering, this is of course old, you know, because this cylinder here is not too badly corroded. I mean, maybe it's water damage, but it's almost looks like maybe at one time, just thinking it, you know, burned a valve or something like that, so it kind of burned out the casting a little bit. So there's a little something there. That's just a got rust. Those two, you know, don't look too bad. The valve doesn't look too good. But no, I don't know if that'd be a problem. We'll have to wait and see how far it goes in there, but either way, that would be a repairable thing there. So I don't know. There she is. She's kind of crusty, but we will have to get it moving, and then we'll have to we can do a little hand hone on it, and we'll see how badly those cylinder walls are pitted. So you can just go from there. It is what it is, and we'll just have to deal with it as we come across. So that's what we got for now. So like I say, I'm going to spray it up, and as I go through my day, I'm in and out of the shop, you know, getting my other stuff, and I'll just like I say, give it a thunk every now and then, and we'll get that radiator off, and I'll bring it back, and we'll see if we can turn it over. So until next time.